Commenting on it, I don't know how you avoid censoring, and it's First Amendment issues all over the place, and the idea of banning anything, in my opinion, is, or even though you say that, that's exactly what it does. So I oppose the bill.
Madam Chair,
Senator Peterson.
I just can't let that go unpassed. This is a parental notification, okay? It just says the board shall come up with a model policy on parental notification. So I know the buzzwords are, we're supposed to say the buzzwords, but this is a parental notification, so I don't have a problem with the legislation.
There are safeguards already in place in public schools for parental notification as it relates to these types of materials. And this is simply laying it on. If there is material that is not acceptable to a parent, the parent already has in place a process by which they can opt out for their children. If they do not want their child to be exposed to materials that they do not wish them to be exposed to. There is a process already in place to do that. This is simply another layer of unnecessary layer of the government interfering in that process for the public school system. So I don't see why it's necessary.
But there is clearly inappropriate material that is making its way in, and this bill, while it's not a home run to me, is a bill that simply says that parents should have the ability to be notified and make decisions for their children. And I know that we sometimes get on our political hobby horse here and go one way or the other, but I really believe that this is the fundamental item that we need to do. I would have been okay even if it had been left up to the school board. I think they could help out. But at some point, this type of material can be checked out at the library. It can be purchased in any book. No one's burning these books. They're available out there. They're probably available on the internet. But just the question is could parents have a safe haven, maybe just in the schools where they're notified? Maybe the stuff is still there. I wish it wasn't, but let's say it's still there, but at least notified. So, Madam Chair, I hope as amended that we would pass the bill and give the parents just this modicum of assistance.
Look, folks, I would just like to know, and maybe Senator Locke can tell me, because she says there's a process for parents to be involved. How does that work? How does a parent know what explicit material is being presented to their children in public school while they're sitting at home?
Senator Locke, would you like to? I think all of this came about when Beloved was used in an AP course. This is how all of this transpired to begin with. And there was an opt-out option for students who were in that AP course. And if students are in AP courses, that is equivalent to a freshman year course. So are you going to tell your freshman who's in college that they cannot take or read courses when they are a freshman in college? I mean, if someone came to my class and told me that their child couldn't read something that I required, I would certainly tell them where they could go. But at any rate, there was an option in that particular AP course that the student could opt out and have an alternative if they did not want to read those particular requirements, if I recall correctly from that previous discussion. And having had, well, not my child, but a child that lived in my house, when there were particular requirements made, particularly in family life courses, there was a piece of paper sent home that said, this is what we are going to be teaching in these courses. Do you want your child to be exposed to these things that we are going to be teaching? Yes or no? Please check and return this paper back to the school.
Thank you, Senator.
Madam Chairman.
Senator Cosgrove.
If I might. Look, how many of us here, up here, or in the audience have not taken those pieces of paper home? How many have said, you know what, my report card's not so good. Maybe let's hold it off for a while so I don't get in trouble. This is a parental notification bill. This bill does not prohibit this explicit material in our public schools. And I would also say that in referring to a young person as a college freshman, there are people who are 16 and 17 who are taking AP classes, or they may be taking courses at the community college, but they are not a college freshman. They are not over 18, and they should have their parents' input on this type of explicit material. I mean, I just don't know why we continue to try to push this stuff forward in the public education system.